there's such a huge stray problem in the area, you know, especially with feral cats and things like that too. It just seems like there are so many animals, and I know that we are doing things to educate people and to provide spay and neuter services, but it just seems like we're just taking a dent out of the situation.
I've been amazed at how many animals that come in every day. It just seems that there is no end to the number of dogs and cats that come into the Cedar Bend Humane Society on a daily basis. Some of them have not been taken care of very well. You can see that some of them have had a rough life. Each one needs something, needs medical attention, needs vaccinations. In private practice, you would see animals that would come in that were not in the best of health, but not the numbers that you get at Cedar Bend Humane Society.
Many of these animals are feral or alley cats, and they don't have homes. They live in the environment just like any wild animal may live. They just live in our communities, in our backyards, you know, in our alleys.
We see homeless pets, pets wandering around, animals that really have been, for all purposes, never really had much human contact because they're a feral animal.
There have been times that animals have come from hoarding situations, puppy mill situations, where you can tell the animals have never spent the day outside of a cage, or animals that have come in that have never touched the grass, and when you put them down and try to have them walk on it, they don't know what to do. They're scared of it.
You just see these little guys that are just they've had too much hardship in their life, and it's sad. But it's only sad for a little while because we're here to step in and do what we can for these animals. I've been in the community as a veterinarian for 40 years. When I retired, I didn't want to stop, but I didn't want to have the pressure of private practice anymore. And one of the directors asked me if I would come here and volunteer. I, of course, had opinions, unfounded opinions when I came. And I thought it was probably just a numbers game, you know, the cages are full and the dogs get euthanized. And I come here working and find out that everybody cares a lot about the animals. And that once a commitment's made to these animals, it's not about days or minutes. It's about we're committed to finding a home for that cat, and it's been here a year, and we wish somebody would take it, but we're committed to it. That surprised me. That surprised me. I thought it was probably colder, more calculated than that.
I see a large number of pets that you guys work tirelessly to try to get them up for adoption, and the need is just, it's ongoing, and staff cares. I have not found one staff person that I have worked with that didn't have a lot of concern and, you know, personal feelings for the pets. They really care.
Our goal and our intention is to save every single animal that comes through our door. That is what we strive to do. Every single day when we come to work, that is the mindset of the staff and the volunteers here at the shelter. Not being able to save every animal that comes to us is not due to the lack of determination, hard work, will. It's due to the lack of not having the funds to save every animal.
It's kind of heart versus head. It's kind of budget versus humane society. Everybody wants to save every animal, and a lot of times the monies aren't always there to be able to do that.
No decision should ever come down to money. And can you imagine having to make a decision such as, do you save this dog or that dog? Or which one has more value? Or which one is more worth it? Is it worth the price tag? I just can't imagine making those types of decisions. And I think that any animal that could be a viable pet should really have the opportunity to fulfill its mission, because it's just so rewarding for the animals. And I just know there are so many people that would really be incomplete if it wasn't for the Cedar Bend Humane Society.
Well, I'm definitely involved with a senior pet here. She's 12 years old, and 12 years old when I got her. Considered a senior pet, but she's just perfect for me. We have a very good relationship. I think she's happy here, and she's become a major part of our family. And we're so thankful and grateful and happy to have her.
My little dog, Rosie, is a dog that had a chronic skin problem that was just allowed to go for years and years and years. They said they thought it was one of those rare skin conditions that doesn't cure. It had, to start with, probably 30% of its hair over 70% of its body. So where it had hair, it was pretty thin, and where it didn't have hair, it was just scaly skin. But she is finally coming around. She's still got some areas that are pretty bad, but she just keeps getting better and better and better. So we are very glad that we took her.
My name is Justin Cole. I live with my girlfriend Adriana along with our dog Ladybird. I was sick the first day that we brought her home, so I was a little bit down on my luck, and she was just laying on my legs and licking my face and just loving me up a little bit. And then all of a sudden she seemed to kind of react a little bit different. She kind of went off to the corner and was just sitting by herself, and I could barely get her up or go over to go and get any food or drink. So I was just laying on the floor next to her and just wondering, am I doing the right thing as a day one dog owner, In the morning, I wasn't feeling any better, and I could tell she was feeling worse than I was. So we decided to immediately take her back to the Cedar Bend Humane Society just to go and at least get a checkup in. They were saying it was pretty life-threatening, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get my dog back, but they quarantined her off, and Cedar Bend Humane Society made every single possibility come to light to go and save my animal.
A lot of us have pets and have had pets in our youth and growing up and have benefited by that. And I think the things that you benefit by, you really should be willing to try to support as much as you possibly can. Anybody supporting the Humane Society now is benefiting all of the animals that are there, and it's a pleasure to walk in and see them happy and well cared for. And I think that it's very encouraging to people that want to adopt to be able to go into the facility now and see how it's run and see that the donations that everybody makes are being used very well in the community to support this very valuable resource.
It's just about a life. And life itself is the important thing. That's the reason I support the Cedar Bend Humane Society. That's the reason I donate to it and volunteer my time. I think it's huge what goes on out here.
The Cedar Bend Humane Society, all the donations and everything they get are truly a blessing, and my dog is living proof that they go above and beyond and care about every single individual animal, no matter how far gone it seems like it is.
We've worked really hard to grow the Cedar Bend Humane Society and be able to save more animals than ever before. The community has really challenged us over the years to step up and, to grow the shelter, to have more adoptions, less euthanasia, more education, a better campus. And we've really stepped up and met those challenges. Now we kind of need the community to support what they've asked us to do.
There would be a gaping hole in our community, gaping hole in people's lives, if we did not have this kind of facility and what it does here in existence, because now it just makes me sad thinking about the possibility that if it wasn't around, what life would be like. And no, it's hard to think of, but we would certainly be at a loss without our Cedar Bend Humane Society.
It only took one look from your amazing eyes for me to realize you are the one. I loved your smile, your style, and then I felt your touch. Your body said so much, boy, I was done.